Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be going through the track editor tracks that were added to the game when the track editor was added. So there are 7 tracks in total. We're going to be starting off with the first one, which is just called Demo Track. For the vehicle, I almost want to do it randomly, so I'm just going to say, how about this one? And my mouse ended on an Mitsubishi Pessima. Not exactly the vehicle I would choose, but it'll work probably. I hope. Hopefully there's no big inversions on this track. Before we do any driving, let's go ahead and take a peek around here, and of course, look! There is a loop. What is a loop and inversion? What did I say? As long as there's no inversions, we'll probably be fine. That's great. The rest of the track doesn't look that hard. I'm just worried about that. If the track is designed so that half of the stock vehicles can successfully complete it, this one should be able to do it because it kind of sits firmly in the middle in terms of performance in my mind. It's going to be faster than a lot of the low-end vehicles like the low-end Pessima, and then the low-end old Pessima, and then the Miramar. But then you also have things like the racing Corvette, the Bolide, the SBR4, big fat pickup trucks with gigantic engines. All those things are going to be faster than this thing in a straight line probably. So here it is, the moment of truth. Can we complete the loop or will we fail? 67 miles per hour on entry, and that actually went a lot better than I was expecting. We could probably do that loop with cars that are quite a bit slower than this one even. We probably could have done that at like 50 miles per hour at a bare minimum, I would think. Don't think it's something I want to test though. I'd rather go through it nice and comfortably like I did that time. Whoa, 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 that was bad. I thought for sure I was going to fall off. Thankfully, there's a nice banking to these corners, so even if you get real close to the inside, you're going to be okay. Like right here, look at that. I'm holding the inside line real good right there. But I was driving really poorly. I'm like tap, tap, tap instead of doing a nice smooth corner, and you could tell because there's that little steering icon on the screen right there. Oh no, uh-oh. Okay, so we're going to be entering this a little bit slower. That was about 60 miles per hour on entry, but it still made it. So the 50 miles per hour probably is possible, I would say. I didn't want to test it, but here we are testing it anyways. This should be the last checkpoint because it was 2 laps, right? Yeah, the timers are done, so here we go. And a new local best time. Woohoo! I'm the best ever to do it. So now we're going to go to the next track in the list. This one is called Go-Karts. Okay, this is going to be different. How about we're going to do something a little different? For Go-Karts, let's use an Mitsubishi Hopper. This does not sound like a good plan. Oh, this might work out a little bit better than expected because we might be able to do some little cheaty stuff right here. Like, what if we hop this and then go to the other one directly like so? Can it make it over? Oh, not quite. If we had like the off-road edition, though, I'm pretty sure it'll make it. We gotta try it. We just gotta see, can we cheat our way through this? So back to time trials, and then of course it saves the vehicle, but not the map. And the map's the one thing I don't want to change. So pick the go-kart, and then for the vehicle, we're gonna go ahead and grab the custom, which is the most off-road hopper that there is. And we'll see if it can make it over this. I have to assume it'll be able to because this thing has a massive everything. It has massive ground clearance, massive wheels. Maybe not massive stability though, going over these things. It might not be so good. Come on, get over that. Get it? Yeah, it made it over no problem. And that is totally cheating. I don't care. I just wanted to see if I could do it. We're going to do it again though, even though this time it's not going to save us any time really. I want to do it because I can. You know, let's just wreck this thing over the curb and then we'll get a car that's actually suited for this. So here we go. We wrecked it, but we made it. Oh, did that checkpoint take? Yeah, it did. Okay, cool. Now, for the real vehicle we're going to be using here, let's go to time trials and then same track, different car. And I want to drive something that's able to take advantage of the fact that this track is pretty flat. So let's go with the Corvette again. Yeah, that sounds weird, but I can't think of any other stanced vehicles that come stock in the game. See, this seems like the perfect place for it because there's no big bumps or anything for it to bottom out on except that one right there. Anyways, it makes sense though because the go-karts are low to the ground. This is low to the ground. It just doesn't really have that go-kart feel. Like you could lower a car and give it a real stiff suspension, but it doesn't necessarily make it handle better. You can make it too stiff, too low, where it just can't drive good. That's what this one is. This one is made to have the stanced look, and it throws performance completely out the window. Nobody cares if the car drives good or not, as long as it looks good when it's not moving in their eye. To me, a stance car, just whatever. But some people, they really like their stance cars. They look at this and like, it's beautiful. It's a work of art. Nobody touched that stance beauty. For me, it's just like, yeah, okay, you lowered your car, whatever, man. Although, one time I did see, not quite stance, but a really, really lowered Jeep Wrangler And I thought that thing was amazingly stupid, and I kind of fell in love with it because of how stupid it is. It's like, you're going to go and buy a Jeep, which is this off-road vehicle, and you're going to just take away all of its off-road capabilities and make it look completely different. And you know what? I actually kind of dig that because it's so absurd. So anyways, I'm just talking about nonsense here. How is this car still doing? It's still doing great. It's still doing great. It's one of those cars, though, you don't really want to talk about how it's driving because it's not driving great. It's just doing a good job of not crashing into anything. Or I'm doing a good job of not crashing into anything. Depends who do you blame if the crash happens. If there's a crash, I blame the car, so I have no responsibility. That was the car's fault. Going up on the curb, completely out of my control. The car wanted to do that, and it was going to do that. It also wants to leave skid marks the whole way, apparently. Just like every time we go around anything, the car thinks it needs to leave a black mark on the road so that it can get around the corner, because if it doesn't, it might crash or something. I can't imagine how fast this thing would go through tires, because not only is it stanced so the outer edge of the tire is not going to be touching the ground properly, it also leaves the skid marks everywhere. I'm thinking you go like 1,000 miles and it's like, okay, these are bald, I need new tires. At least the way I'm driving this thing. If you just go on the highway and stuff, oh, you'll be fine. But I'm trying to drive this thing like a race car going around these corners at decentish speeds. Like, I kind of gave up trying to do it really decently, and I'm just kind of e-braking everything, as you've seen. Like right here, what we're gonna do, e-brake, yep, that's the way around the corner, just e-brake it. And we're nearing the end of the go-kart track, and if there was a stock go-kart, I would have used it here. There is a mod go-kart that I still haven't done a video for, and I should really do a video for sometime. But since I haven't done a video for it, it feels weird to use it in another video. Like, everybody will be asking, WhyBeAre, what's up with that? And I'm like, yeah, it's out of order or something. It's like, nah, we'll make a video for it someday. There are a lot of things that are on my I'll make a video for it someday list. And I think this is just 2 laps, right? Yeah, it has to be 2 laps, so wreck it up. And there we go. There's my time. Wasn't that a great time? I don't know. I don't care. I just had a little bit of fun with it as the thing flips over. So let's go ahead and go to the next track editor track. This one is called Not. And for the Not, how about we use an ETK Series Rally Edition? And I decided on the Rally version because it gives me a little bit more ground clearance on the race one, as you can see right here, which might be helpful on a place like this where you got bumps and all that. And it might also be helpful here to have a Rally transmission setup, because with a Rally transmission setup, it accelerates really fast, but it doesn't top out very high. It tops out like 100 and 120 miles per hour or so, because you're never going to be going that fast on a rally course. And I think the same thing holds true for most of these. You're never going to be going that fast on them. You're going to be going in the maybe 60 mile per hour range. That would be the correct range. And did I miss a checkpoint right there because there was just a white one? Nope. I'm just seeing one in the future because there's the red one. We are good to go, I think. And I think every one of these is just going to be 2 laps. I haven't been paying attention after the first one, to be honest with you. But the last one was 2. And it feels like this one will probably be 2 as well. And that means each lap is only going to be about 45 seconds long. This one's pretty short, but it is fun to drive on because we got a lot of elevation changes. And ooh, maybe not so fun. I thought I was going to kind of fall off a little bit right there. And that would really suck because we only got about 30 seconds left of this thing at this time. Just don't be stupid. Stay in the middle of the track and everything should go fine. So there's the one that confused me earlier where it looks like you're missing the checkpoint, but you're not. I guess you could technically cheat the checkpoint if that one wasn't there by hopping off the edge like a complete maniac and trying not to wreck your car. I don't see how that would possibly work though. I would think 90% of the time you'd end up still wrecking the car. So there it is, the final checkpoint in just under 45 seconds. Nice. And then off we go for a little bit of a flight. And let's just go ahead and change to the next one. I'm not going to bother watching this crash. So the next one is called Loopings. And for Loopings, well, let's use another ETK. We'll go with the K series. I don't think we actually needed the extra ground clearance from the Rally one. So this car should be fine on this one if it's a comparable difficulty to the previous one we just did. Also, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but I went ahead and turned off electronic stability control. It needs to save me. Well, okay, don't go through that one too fast because you'll get popped in the air. Got it. Take a quick look at this damage before we take another attempt at this though. So doesn't look that bad actually for falling off the edge of a floating racetrack. So here we go for try number 2. I'm not going to be turning on electronic stability control because it would have done nothing. If you're flying through the air, it doesn't matter what the electronic stability control does because there's nothing that can save you. Although it might be able to save me right here. Come on, electronic stability control. Hey, it actually saved me. I mean, we're in sport mode, so it'll save you for things like that, but it'll still allow you to slide all over the place, and I can't even see where I'm going. I'm surprised that worked. Wow. I guess it's because there's those little lips on the side, and it really helps so you don't fall off the edge when you're doing a loop. That's really convenient, because if those weren't there, I would have probably ended up under the track and ready to try number 3, because the first 2 have failed, so I'm really happy about that. Oh, this doesn't look right. Last time I saw something like this, I flew, so I'm taking this real careful up. Yeah. Kind of got a little bit airborne right there, you can tell, because I lost a lot of traction. I didn't really fly, but there was not a lot of weight on these wheels. So another loop, we're good. Another loop, and we're still good. I can't quite tell sometimes though. Are we bottoming out, or are we scraping on the edge that's keeping me in? I don't know. As long as we're still in it though, I'm happy. This was actually surprisingly long though. Like last one we did was only about 45 seconds for a lap, right? Well, this one's almost double that. We're at 120 seconds, and is that the starting? Yes, it is. That means we need to slow down. We need to slow this thing way down because I do not want to fly off again. There we go. That's how you do it. You get airborne just a little bit, but then you still go through it at a real good speed. At that time, I still kind of slid. I guess just something about that little bump in the road upsets the balance of the vehicle, where it just wants to kick out the back end just a little bit. And then I got the electronic stability control saving my butt just a little bit. I could probably do it without it too. I'm certain I could go through it without the stability control, but I'll have to think about it. I just hold the gas pedal down and say, yeah, car, you'll straighten out, right? And most of the time it does. Not as much as if it's on super stability control, but when it's on super stability control, it's not fun to drive. And that's a little too fast. That time we actually got airborne. I didn't realize that I was going faster through that section. I just kind of I wasn't threatened by it, so I wasn't thinking about my actions. That's what happened there. So we're doing the double loops again. And then I think that's all the loops on this thing, right? We don't have to worry about inverting the vehicle anymore. We just got to get to the finish line. We're only about 15 seconds ahead. I think it's the checkpoint following this one, right? So we're doing pretty good. Final corner, and excellent. Does this count as a corner? Nah, it's more of a straightaway, ain't it? So success. And then this one, we'll go ahead and let it fly off. And let me see this one, actually. We're going to go ahead and go to freedom so you can watch this thing fly off and get wrecked. That one had a pretty good angle to it, it looked like. It looks pretty similar to the last crash, actually, in terms of overall damage. I really like that it landed upright right there so you can see the damage. So there is that. Now, let's go ahead and move to the next time trial. I want to say scenario. I might have said scenario, but they're not scenarios. They're time trials. This one is called Off-Road. With a name like that, makes me want to use the monster truck, but that'd be overkill. We're going to go with a D series, but the D series should be overkill. We're going to go to the D35 Beast. And this doesn't look off-roady at all. I thought it would look a lot more difficult. I would have just chose like the normal D series if I knew it was going to look like this. This is a cakewalk. I could have probably done this in the stance past. Whoa. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. You know what? I think this thing is not overkill. Oh my goodness. All of a sudden, it just got a little bit more difficult. That was bad. I got a new goal. I want to have those bags in the back fall out of the truck through the opening in the rear. I don't know if it'll happen by me just driving along, but it'd be awesome if it does. And ooh, look how it narrows right here. Requires a little bit of driving precision right there. If we had the monster truck, it would have actually done really bad right there because I'm pretty sure both wheels would have been overhanging off the edges, which would have made things really much more difficult than they needed to be. Like right there, it wasn't a hard section. With the monster truck, it would have been. This might be a hard section if you just floor it. Yep, it's just bouncing my truck all over the place. The rear end is just getting smashed into the ground. Still going though. Getting more and more damaged every single bump. I'm just noticing a little bit more damage on this part, then a little bit more on this part, and so on and so on. And ooh, that thing just killed that suspension test right there. That was beautiful. Nice and smooth through it. Next time we gotta go through that a little bit faster because I did slow down for it. Here we're going nice and slow. I don't want any extra damage. And apparently, nice and slow ain't really nice and slow. I thought I was going at good speed for that, and it's like, nope. The cover on the truck bed just flew off. So apparently that was too fast, and now we just lost the tailgate as well. This is maximum weight reduction for my truck, yes. Also, we did lose the bag, so I guess in a way I succeeded at my goal. Although my goal was not to make the truck be smoking everywhere we go. I don't know how much longer it'll last. Doesn't need to last too much more because as far as I know, This is only 2 laps, and I see the finish line, basically. We have to loop around to get to it, but I do see it, so we're going to go full speed ahead to get to this finish before this thing blows up. Well, getting a little too close to that edge right there. Oh, no, don't you flip on me. Oh, no. Okay, I'm almost certain we can get this thing upright. Can we do it without locking the differentials, though? No. So let's just go and lock these things, and oh, there we go. It just starts moving. And up onto its wheels. All right. That was an unexpected little detour right there. Can it make it to the finish, though? This thing is way overheated, falling apart, but it doesn't have to make it far. That's the finish right there, if I'm not mistaken. We just gotta go through this one. I said I was gonna do it faster, but this thing can't really go much faster than that. That is a success, and that was a punishing test on the truck. That was the right vehicle for this. I liked having that vehicle. It did not feel like overkill at all, at least with the way I was driving it. You could have done it with a lesser truck, but not as aggressively and dangerously as I was doing it. So anyways, on to the next time trial. This one is titled Ribbon. And there's SBR4 on all of these, so we gotta use the SBR4 at least once, right? And go overkill with it, why not? And I would think with a vehicle that's this overkill, it shouldn't take long to do this one. It'll be like 45 seconds per lap, and then we'll be done. At least that's the hope here. We'll see if that's actually the case. This one looks pretty wiggly. That's really the best way I can describe it. Like it inverts a little left, and it inverts a little right, and it's just kind of going all over the place. And ooh, is that a jump I just did? Oh my goodness, the back end. That really upset the vehicle's balance right there. It was not happy with that. It's like, I'm a hill climb car. How dare you do a jump with me? And it's just angry, growling at me. And oh no! Well, just upset the balance again. Okay, come on. All right, we're good. We're good. We're gonna wreck this thing just as much as a D series, apparently. Is my guess for time correct? Is that a lap? Yeah, so it only took 41 seconds there. If we do this one better than last time, we could probably do it in a sub 40-second time. Don't know if I'm gonna do that though, because this thing is a little bit dangerously fast. Like I could go too fast through this jump and probably wreck it, so I'm keeping it hopefully reasonable speed. Well, not super reasonable. It felt smoother than last time, but we still lost a body panel. Just call it weight reduction, I guess. This is a car that could definitely use the weight reduction because it's a car where every pound counts. But it also loses downforce when you do that, so I don't know. And again, I kind of lost balance right there. I recovered really good, but it does not like staying balanced right there. All right, that's 5 seconds better than last time. That's pretty good. So let's go ahead and watch this thing fly to the ground. And then we'll go to the final scenario in the pack. A little bit of slow-mo right there. Wheel going off. Wing going off. Trunk still attached. And so is hood. Oh, got a little bit of a roll happening here. Can it land onto its wheels? Nope. It is stuck on its back like a turtle. So now, on to the final time trial. I think I called it a scenario again. This one is called Roller Coaster. All right, let's make this unexpected. Let's use a regular Bishu Corvette. To be honest, I don't know if this will actually work. This thing might be too slow for this one. This one looks like it has some serious elevation changes here. Oh my goodness. Oh, and we're driving like on the wall right here. Thankfully, we got gravity helping me here. Okay, yeah. I wasn't concerned when I loaded this up, but seeing this here, I am just a bit concerned because unless this one's a point-to-point, we're going to be having to get back up to the elevation we started at, and this thing barely has the power to do that. And okay. What in the world is that? It's like some sort of reverse funnel-looking thing we're going to have to climb up? Okay, Corvette, this is your time to shine. Come on. Oh, it's going to fall, isn't it? We're losing speed. Nope. Nope. It's not going to make it. It's not going to make it. Wait. Wait. Oh, wow. It really made it. Okay, I'm getting so excited, I'm almost falling off the edge. But that was really impressive. There's still a lot to go probably, but I did not think it would make it. All right, now I have confidence that it'll make it this time, right? No, this one's worse. This one's worse. I was never in the 50s before, in the 40s. Oh my goodness. You could tell I was losing traction, and I almost fell off of it right before we actually made it. That was scary. So that's a lap. So it can do a lap, but you gotta be pretty on point with the driving, it feels like, for it to have enough momentum to make it up those crazy corkscrew funnel things that you have to climb. All that was pretty fun, I will admit. Like, it'd be actually kind of interesting if there was a, you know, nonsensical racetrack where it literally just dumps you in a funnel, and then you have to get up to the top part as fast as you can. And you have to kind of figure out, you know, what's the best angle for this, because you're going to have to go driving on the outer edge a little bit instead of just going straight up because it's too steep. And that'd be pretty cool. Just some crazy track that can never exist in real life because it'd be way too dangerous, but it'd be perfect for a game like this where if you make a mistake, you get to see the damage. All right, so it did make it a little bit easier right there. And if we're making it with a normal car like this, that tells you could probably do almost all of these with any stock vehicle. Like if you try to do this with the T-Series, you're gonna have a bad time, I'm pretty sure. But the other ones you probably could have done with the T-Series. And this thing you could have done with pretty much anything other than a T-Series, I would think. Like maybe not a Pigeon, but it might have a chance actually. I don't know, it's so lightweight. Anyways, that's the last one, right? Yep, so let's fly. And that will do it for this video. I'll let you guys see this thing fly as it crashes to the ground. We'll get a little bit of slow-mo right here. It's gonna land nicely on its wheels, actually. Of course, nicely on its wheels means the whole thing explodes in a ball of fire. Anyways, as I was saying, that'll do it for this video. Till next time, this has been WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.